and welcome to your favorite travel show, Tourismus Namibia. Of course, we do have a jam-packed show curated to fit just your travel needs. I am your host, Glenora Shipura. Here's what you can expect in today's broadcast. Under topics, we discuss the latest on the importance of safety in Namibia's wilderness, using camera traps to prevent poaching, and that a major part of the country's mineral endowment occurs in protected areas. On the destinations, we explore Luderitz, and we also take a look at the Kalahari Red Dunes Lodge near Kalkrand. And under to the point, we go all the way to Indonesia, and we learn more about the Borobudur, which is the world's largest Buddhist temple and a UNESCO World Heritage Site. And we also do find out more about the environmental investment fund's latest grant proposals. We will be right back with all of these and so much more on the other side of the break. Getting into our first topic, Namibia's wilderness is a remarkable experience. However, it must always be approached with awareness and respect. The Namibia Professional Hunting Association, NAPA, said that whether you are a visitor on a safari, a first-time hunter, or a seasoned professional, it is crucial to recognize that the wilderness is not a controlled environment. According to NAPA, despite their best efforts, it remains unpredictable, and risk, including the risk of serious injury or fatality, can never be eliminated. NAPA said that one of the greatest dangers in the wilderness is human complacency, becoming too comfortable, forgetting that wild animals are not tame, or underestimating the sheer force of nature, which often leads to the most serious incidents. The Hunting Association said that respect for the environment must be constant and caution must never be abandoned. Moving over to our next topic, camera traps. In an innovative step to strengthen wildlife conservation, several community conservancies in northeastern Namibia are using camera traps to prevent illegal activities and monitor the state of biodiversity. This is made possible by the Wildlife Credits project funded by the Dutch nature conservation organization World Wildlife Foundation, WWF, and implemented in collaboration with WWF Namibia and ranges from the Bamunu, Sobe, and Kwandu conservancies. The camera traps are installed in core wildlife areas and not only provide stunning footage of elephants, lions, leopards, hyenas, giraffes, and African wild dogs, they also send real-time alerts of suspicious human movements. They thus serve as an early warning system against poaching and other illegal encroachments on protected habitats. At the same time, they recorded wildlife observations play an economic role. The sightings confirmed under the Wildlife Credits model are used to generate performance-based payments to their respective conservancies. This provides communities with direct financial incentives to protect their environment. This is definitely a step in the right direction. Do let us know in the comment section on our social media pages what you guys think of these stories. Moving over to our next topic, with the large size of protected areas in Namibia, it is not surprising that a major part of the country's mineral endowment occurs in protected areas, with about 75% of the revenue from mining coming from protected areas in Namibia. This is per the revised national policy on prospecting and mining in protected areas. Other areas with high value species and environmentally sensitive areas. The draft policy will still be submitted to the cabinet for approval. The policy document said that given the enormous potential of both tourism and mining to contribute to Namibia's economic development and poverty alleviation, the government needs to ensure that prospecting and mining activities do not jeopardize the potential for long-term and sustainable development opportunities in protected areas. It is also important to recognize that protected areas are the cornerstone of the nation's biodiversity conservation and a source of wildlife, including many high-value species, but do not represent all of Namibia's biodiversity or all environmentally sensitive areas. This policy has therefore been developed to ensure that the sector continue to coexist in a sustainable manner, achieving prosperity and sustainability in perpetuity. That concludes our topics. On the other side of this, we take a look at the destinations. Getting into the destinations that you must visit, starting us off, Network Media Hub journalist Otis Daniels and his friend from Germany, Yannick Hoofmuth, explore the coastal town in southwestern Namibia, Luderitz. Let's watch what they get up to.
I'm with my friend from Germany, Yannick Hoofmuth, and we just arrived in Luderitz, and we're gonna go some sightseeing today.
Yes, excited to get to know Luderitz.
Yes, so we're gonna grab a map. Let's go.
All right.
Yep.
Hi. Hello. How are you?
Thank you, I'm fine.
Okay.
I'm looking for a map for Luderitz.
For Luderitz, for the town?
Yes.
Yeah. We sell those colorful ones for $5, and I also can give you this. It shows the peninsula as well, and another one pointing out the highlights. I can give you that as well.
Thank you.
Okay, I'll give you some change.
So we are now heading to Diaz Point.
Yes, I'm excited to get to see it. I've heard a lot about it and I'm curious what it looks like. So we arrived now, and it's a very windy day today, but Otis is going to show me the Diaz Cross and I'm very excited.
So Yannick, what goes through your mind, my brother?
It's incredible, my friend. I can't imagine what this guy, the sailor Bartolomeo Diaz, had in his mind when he arrived here in 1488. He must have been crazy seeing something like this. Even I just think it looks like Mars. It's a very special soil that we just drove on and walked up to this Diaz Cross right here. And the wind is blowing, you can see the waves hitting the land. It's the power of the ocean. There's a real power of nature right here that you can sense.
So for those of you who cannot drive to Diaz Point, there's a replica of the Diaz Cross in the Namibia Maritime Museum. But I must say, the roads are actually quite drivable.
Yes, it was a good drive and it's definitely worth it.
Stay tuned, keep on following us. We've got more surprises for you. So Yannick, Luderitz is a real national heritage treasure trove, my friend.
Yes, and we're about to go see one of the most historically meaningful places, Shark Island. Especially for me as a German, will be definitely interesting to visit this.
Let's check it out. So Yannick, the site was used as a concentration camp by German soldiers, and many Namibians perished here. What's your take on that, my brother?
Well, it's definitely a painful thing to watch and a painful story to hear about. But I'm sure there's in some way a responsibility that you carry, especially as a German, when you hear people of your nationality did this stuff. Even though you didn't personally do it, it still should touch your heart in some way. But I believe the most important part for all of us as humans is to remember to treat each other with the belonging respect to the other individual.
Yes.
Because a site like this and the stuff that happened here should show you what cruelty humans are capable of. If they are arrogant and don't see each other with the respect they should see each other, and I think that's something we can all learn from. But especially as a German, I must say I'm very honored to see this place. I feel like, and to understand the history of this country and of my country and the connection between those two, which is sometimes painful.
Thank you, boss.
So we just discovered another interesting site in Luderitz. This is a picture of the salesman Adolf Luderitz, who came to Luderitz in 1883 and established this community, started this town, and who the town even is named after.
So Yannick, we visited quite a couple of sites. What was your favorite?
I think I have to say my favorite was the Diaz Point, because the nature is so impressive there and it really connects you with the soul of life and the soul of nature. But we only saw a few of the many sites that Luderitz has to show, I'm
Yes,
sure.
yes.
So if you want to come check out more, please be advised to do so. It's a great town and you can check out many things.
That looks like so much fun indeed. And if you are finding yourself in the coastal town of Luderitz, I do suggest you follow what they did there. Moving over to our next destination, we are at the Kalahari Red Dunes Lodge. Comforting and charming best describe the mood at the Kalahari Red Dunes Lodge near Kalkrand. Easy to find, it is an authentic and tasteful offering of thatched chalets with a water hole and plenty of space to roam. Let's check out this next establishment.
Okay, my name is Joshua Dafuamba. I'm an assistant manager at Kalahari Red Dunes Lodge. And Kalahari Red Dunes Lodge, it's a lodge situated in the B12 Mariental. And it's 2 kilometers from the gate to the main building. And our big five from the main gate, you see some animals, giraffe and some impala, some springbok, and also some kudu also, and ostrich also. And Kalahari Red Dunes, it's a nice lodge, and mostly we're expecting guests from overseas, like Germany, Switzerland, Netherlands, and also some from Italy also sometimes.
What has your experience been like working here for the past 9 months?
So my experience is I really like the place, and we always accept our guests and we learn from the guests also, and also just to welcome our guests. And we have also some activity. We took our guests on activity, like we have also like sundowner drive, and we have morning drive also, and we have also guided walk, which is taking plus minus 2 hours. And we also do Trans Kalahari, where our guides have to go with the guests in the bush just for walking, and they have their breakfast in the bush and their lunch in the bush and sleep also in the bush. So everything is done in the bush, like breakfast and lunch and dinner, and they only come the next day morning time. So that's the experience which I experienced, and I never did it before. So it was a great experience for me.
What makes Red Dunes Lodge so special?
Okay, what makes Red Dunes so more special is we are offering some activity, and also the Kalahari walk, which is like for breakfast in the bush and lunch in the bush and dinner also in the bush. And also we are giving also some luxury rooms, like we have a superior rooms, superior 2 and superior 1. So that's make more Red Dunes special. Okay, so this is superior number 2, and it's mostly booked for family rooms. And it has also its own private swimming pool, as you can see a sunbed also here. And then this one is just blowing away by the wind, and we are busy doing the box for it here, so that we can just put it inside when it's raining or when it's raining. So we can just go inside of Superior. And all the rooms have an alarm in case if something any movement in the night, then the alarm is
That concludes our destination. Up next, we do get to the point in our To the Point segment. starting us off in our To The Point segment, the Indonesian Temple Network Media Hub journalist Precious Ngitwanapo, at the invitation of the Indonesian Embassy in Namibia, recently embarked on a familiarization trip to Indonesia, visiting Jakarta and Yogyakarta. Here she visits Borobudur, which is the world's largest Buddhist temple and a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Borobudur tour guide Mura Aristina tells us more. Let's have a look.
3 kilometers from here, there is another temple. We call it Mandut. 1.5 is Pawan, in here is Borobudur. In every May month, 10,000 people, they work together from Mandut, Pawan to Borobudur for celebration, like a Christmas. The birth of Buddha, Buddha get the enlightenment, and Buddha passed away. But you know, population in Indonesia, Buddhist is only 0.5%. So they lead by a monk from Thailand. But the special, they work here. They came here by work, not fly. So 100 days from Thailand come to Indonesia. 1,200 years old of Borobudur. Boro is Bihara, the holy place for Buddhism. And then Budur means above or on the hill. So Borobudur means Buddhist monastery. It was built on the hill. So there is a hill inside. Normally, another temple, it was built on the flat land. So tall temple. So the trouble is the earthquake. So that's why on the base of the temple, we step on the sand. Sand is for neutralize the earthquake. So Borobudur is a big temple. So the trouble is the water from the rain. So that's why there is a big step. It's mean in the rain season, the water is easy to flowing down. And in the past, in every meeting of the stone, they use waterproof clay, chalk, and the water. They mix together like cake, and they give waterproof. So once again, that is the solution for the water in the rain season. And in the full moon, many temples, it looks like a gold or diamond because light from the moon connected with the clay and chalk at that time. So this is lion statue. But when this temple was built, we never see lion before because there is a tiger but no lion in Indonesia. So we just to carve by some imagination what kind of lion, like a monkey, cat, dog, horse, yeah? Happy lion. And over there, there is a bowl. Anyone they want to pray, burn some incense and another, they must put there. Because Borobudur is registered to be cultural heritage of UNESCO, not living, not active monument. So nobody come to pray. Yeah, anyone they want to pray, they must get license from the government because incense, candle, flower, maybe is possible can be destroyed, the stone there. Okay. Yeah, you can move to your step, climb up there. Buddha means awareness. Life is turning, morning, evening, health, sick, rich, poor, life, and time. How rich we are, how big our power. Nobody can stop the turning of the life. So when you aware life is turning, you are Buddha. Because Buddha is like a title, awareness. So what you must do to be smart person. Enjoy your life but don't destroy. Congratulations, you are Buddha now. There are 504 Buddha statues. 250 is broken. No head, no arm because of the earthquake here. And we still have 55 head of Buddha, but we don't know where is the body. And this is the carving of the follower of Buddha. The name is Sudana Kumara. He is a rich man. He is the prince, but he used his power, the money for traveling. Yeah. To see many teachers to get the enlightenment. Okay, 2 million blocks of lava stone, no glue, no cement, just interlocking stone like puzzle, Tetris, Lego. So all is like this, yeah? It can be locking, puzzle, Tetris. And the second, in the past, they make a hole on the face of 2 stones. And here is small than here, so it can be locking. Yeah, so just interlocking stone. When something happened with the earthquake, Only the keystone is broken, so they just to change. Yeah. And what about the water? In the past, remember, yeah, clay, chalk, and the water, they mix together for waterproof for every meeting of the stone. So normally there is a hole there, and at the end of the hole, we can see the statue like this. We call it a Jala Dwara. So this is the gargoyle, the irrigation for the water in the past. This is a rosary, and here this is the pillow for sitting, and here this is the lotus flower up and down, and this is the bowl of Buddha to drink something, but they put down like this. It's mean empty from the desire. The next one, the square, is the dress of Buddha, and the top is the stick. Yeah, and so this is, we call it stupa, and every stupa there is a Buddha inside with the same hand position, Dharma Chakra Mudra. But 90% is no head, no arm, because of the earthquake. So when this temple in the first discovered, all the stupa is collapsed. So it's reconstructed by the Dutch government. So it look complete, but not for the Buddha inside. 6 hand position, okay?
Yes.
So there are 504 Buddha statues. The left hand is here, control for the desire, emotion. Teaching, cleverness, skill and strength, no fear, confidence, give the goodness, Amitabha meditation, touch the earth, get the enlightenment, and Dharma Chakra Mudra, turning the wheel of life. So Buddha means understand, life is turning. Buddha is not religion actually, only the way of life, when life is turning. When you know life is turning, you must be understand what you must to do in your life. Control the desire and smart to do everything.
All right, in our next point, the Environment Investment Fund has called for grant proposals aimed at funding initiatives in areas focusing on climate change, biodiversity loss, land degradation, and green enterprises. EIF Grants Officer McNeil Shaningwa provides more information on who is eligible for these grants and the investment themes. Let's have a look.
Good morning. My name is McNeil Shaningwa. I'm the Grants Officer at the Environmental Investment Fund of Namibia. I was born in Chirango, but lived most of my life and raised in Windhoek. So today I want to speak to you about the grants proposal, for the call of grant proposal that we advertised on our social media platforms, as well as on the mass media platforms. The call is a public call to all citizens of Namibia. It was publicized on the 30th of June 2025, and it will run for 30 days, closing on the 30th of July 2025. This grant, although it is publicized to the public, there is an eligible criteria. This eligibility criteria is individuals, youth groups, women groups, SMEs, people living with disabilities. The other one is non-profit organizations, as well as non-community-based organizations. I would like to speak on some of the investment themes that is embodied within the call. Some of it is waste management and recycling. This is basically initiatives or projects that support systems and businesses that recycle, reduce, and reuse waste, solid waste, mostly materials, whilst upscaling some of these products to get an economic value out of it. Another one is sustainable agriculture. These projects are projects or initiatives that enhance productivity, resilience to climate change, and reduce environmental impact in the agricultural sector. A typical example is implementation of efficient irrigation methods like drip irrigation. Another one is sustainable tourism projects, which focuses on projects promoting tourism that benefits local communities, protects the environment, and preserves Namibia's cultural as well as natural heritage. An example here is a low impact infrastructure that respects ecosystems such as solar-powered tented tourist accommodation. Another one is a nature-based enterprise and nature resource value addition projects. These are initiatives that rely on natural resources, but also adds the economic value in a sustainable manner. Additionally, such ventures include a value chain, such as sourcing of natural resources, processing these natural resources, packaging, putting a label, and selling it in the various formal and informal markets. And usually it is also attached with a value, economic generation component or profit generation component. An example here is basically sourcing modular plant or fruit, processing that, and selling it on a formal market. Another typical one is the green technologies, low carbon development, renewable energy, and energy efficiency initiatives. They aim to reduce greenhouse emissions and environmental harm while promoting sustainable growth. A typical example here is solar energy projects in communities, such as implementing of off-grid rural solar power systems. I would like to talk about the ceilings that one can access, or the funding ceilings. It normally ranges from 50,000 Namibian dollars to 150,000 Namibian dollars per proposal.
All right, that concludes the show, and that's all the time that we have for you guys. Don't forget to tune in next week, same time, same place. From me, Glenn Rashipura. Until next time.